Good news! This crappy little ghetto setup I've been using for the last few months is going to finally be retired soon. I went to the shops again a few days ago and I managed to get me a tripod but it's obviously a Christmas present, so I'm not actually using it now. I'm still stuck with this ghetto setup, which I'll show off at the end of the video, but yeah, I'm actually going to be using a genuinely good tripod. Hooray! But for now, pretty much stuck with using this, and figured I'd upload this thing. Yeah, you cannot actually tell what card this is. It is the hint that yeah, Neo-Spacian deck list, rebuilt, complete, version 2.0, I guess you could say. Let's just rip straight into it. Haven't done one of these in a while since... yeah. Alright, so anyways, moving on. Yeah, shitload of glare there. Much apologies, I can't really find a way to get rid of it. It's just kind of... it'll work. But yeah, it's just 3 nails. It's not really that special. It's the beat stick of the deck, and it's just... nah. It's nails. I don't think I need to say much more. 3 in Nails alias. These are the aliases that were in Elite Beat Hero. I bought another place set of those. They're all secret rares, and they've kind of been elevated to the front line, if you will. 1 Prisma. I could fit in a second, but like I don't really know what I would take out for a second Prisma, but I think Prisma would be decent. Stratos, hero staple. I don't think I need to say much more about this guy. For my Neo-Spacians, Grand Mole, the only one I run 1 copy of, because you kind of have to. And then, of course, we got Double Scarab. There's Double Scarab. Double Dark Panther. Double Aqua Dolphin. Again, more glare, apologies. Double Air Hummingbird. And double Glowmoss. Then we have Mama Nails. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but just, yeah. Neo-Space Pathfinder. The only thing I have to actually search for Neo-Space, so that's something I suppose I could consider throwing a couple Terra Firmas in. Once again, don't know what I'm going to take out. Double Cross-Border. A very obscure and hilarious way to beat your opponent. Just ask Dark Magician 84 about that one. It's awesome. Sangan, just search everything. Spells. 3 Neo-Space cannot run less than 3 in this deck. This thing is just... it's just the house and home for your Neo-Spacians, your Neo-Fusions, pretty much the whole box and dice. 2 Miracle Contact. Now, it wouldn't... like, evidently for Neo-Spacian decks you want to run this because this thing's boss, but I actually didn't realise that you could use the materials from your hand. Having brought that into effect, it would actually be a good idea to run 3 of these. Where I'm going to be able to get the 3rd one from, I don't know, but a 2's better than absolutely nothing. Wrath of Nails. It's my resident nuke. It's just everything goes kaboom. 5th Hope. I don't need to say much more about this. It's just Pot of Avarice with a hero-based theme, plus an extra insurance policy akin to that of Bubble Man. Double Common Soul. This is a really, really good card for this kind of deck, because it's like you want to drop fake. It's like if you use fake hero, get Neos out, drop. Let's go Air Hummingbird. Play this, get Aqua Dolphin out. You've got the strategies there to get quick triple contact fusions out. It's pretty awesome. Convert Contact, sort of a roll of the dice if you think about it. You just, if you don't have any monsters, send a Neo-Spacian from hand to grave and then another from deck to grave and draw 2. Next, also known as Neo-Spacian Extent. For some reason, I think the potential in this card was never fully utilized, because this evolves Neo-Spacians. It tributes a Neo-Spacian monster you control, and then summons level 4 one with the same name from the extra deck. But there are only 2 Neo-Spacians actually got evolved forms, and they would be Glymos and Aquadolphin, right there. And then only one of those 2 actually got its own separate Neos fusion, which kind of sucked, but oh well. 2 fake heroes. You just use this for a Neos, and you've got quick contact fusions. Oversoul, if your Neos is sitting in grave and you need that. And Dark Hole, it's a staple. Like I said, running short on the Monster Reborns, and this is a fun deck anyway, so I probably wouldn't run it anyway. And I got Storm Neos to take care of the back row hate. Traps, I have a Hero Blast. If you know about Bubble Beat, you'll know how awesome this card is. This thing has a bit more potential because you can put a 25 beat stick in your hand, thus allowing you to blow up more shit. Solemn Judgment. It's a Solemn Judgment. I don't think I need to say more about that. Mirror Force, staple. 2 Dust Tornado because I need some kind of back row hate aside from Storm Neos. And Limit Reverse to just quickly get a Neo-Spacian from grave onto field and perform more contact fusions, because that's just what this deck is all about. Anyways, extra deck now. Start with the triple contact fusions. We have Chaos Neos, which I don't know why, but for some reason this thing likes coin flipping. It's like 3 heads, it drops a Raigeki on the opponent. 2 heads, it negates all their effects, and 1 head sends all your monsters back to their hand, which kind of sucks. Plus, the thing with those triple contact fusions is that, like with all contact fusions, they have to go back to the extra deck during the end phase, unless you have Neo-Space. With this thing, when it goes back to the extra deck, it also sets all cards on the field, or all face-up monsters on the field. And then there's Magma Neos, which this thing, what does it do? Shuffle this card in the extra deck. When I shuffle it, returns all cards on the field to the hand, which I suppose is sort of like, but it also gains 400 attack for every card on the field. This thing is the biggest. This thing is without a doubt the absolute strongest of all the Neos fusions. At least the ones that involve contact fusion. Divine Neos does not actually fit this build because you cannot Miracle Contact into it, because it doesn't actually specify that it needs Elemental Hero Neos. And then there's Storm Neos. Heavy Storm on legs. And then when it goes back to the extra deck, it sends all cards on the field back to the deck. Now for the regular contact fusions, I have Double Grand Neos, bouncing shit. Double Flare Neos for powering, for just extra oomph. Dark Neos can be very handy to negate annoying on-field effects. Air Neos. This guy, I actually kind of feel bad. I actually kind of feel for this thing. It actually kind of got shafted. If you go back to the card list for Legendary Collection 2, you will find, I believe, every single Neo-Spacian fusion in that list except for this guy. He never got a reprint, not even in Rare Yellow Mega Pack. And this is the only one I could find. This is the only one that I could find in Australia. So this thing was easily the hardest to actually get. And the plan was to run 2 of each regular Neo-Spacian fusion, but of course that went down the drain. 1 Aqua Neos, because one's fine by me, because I've also got Marine Neos. Glow Neos. This thing, I suppose you could say it's got back row hate potential, because you can just destroy 1 face-up card on the field, and then this thing, like, if you're going to go up, let's just say blow up gates to the Dark World, you get a direct attack. That's definitely awesome. Marine Neos. This is the so-called evolved form of Aqua Neos. The only real difference is a few extra attack points, plus this thing can just pluck a random card out of the opponent's hand and destroy it with absolutely no cost, whereas Aqua Neos requires you to discard 1 from hand. Then there is Neo-Spacian Marine Dolphin, Aqua Dolphin's evolved form. But the first thing you should take into account is this first line here. This card's name is also treated as Neo-Spacian Aqua Dolphin. and that is just for everything in general. That means this and the 2 Aqua Dolphins in my deck actually count as 3 copies of Aqua Dolphin, so I can't put any more copies of either, because it would technically mean I have more than 3 copies of Aqua Dolphin. If you know all that stuff about harpies, then you pretty much know what the hell I'm talking about here. And of course, the same thing goes with Twinkle Moss, which is the evolved form of Glow Moss, and is thus treated as a Glow Moss in its own right. So I've got 3 Glow Mosses as well in this deck. And this thing is actually kind of awesome, because whereas Glow Moss, the Glow Moss forces your opponent to draw a card and reveal, this one actually gives you the draw and then reveal it, which is pretty cool, because yeah, you kind of don't want to lose hand advantage, and this thing will actually help you regain it, sort of. The only problem is that you can't contact fuse this thing to go for a Twinkle Neos, because there is no such thing as Elemental Hero Twinkle Neos. You could go for Glow Neos still, because it's still treated as Glow Moss, but the whole Neo-Spacian extent thing and evolved Neo-Spacian creatures, its potential was never really fulfilled, and it kind of sucks, because it could really have helped this. It could really just have helped this build out a lot. But then I think the thing that would have killed it anyway would be the extra deck limit, because you probably would not be able to fit every single Neo-Spacian fusion in the 15 card limit of the extra deck, which kind of sucks. I would still love to see the extra deck limit go up to 20. It really should, in my opinion. So yeah, but anyway, that's it for my Neo-Spacian deck update. Now, I will actually show off what my ghetto setup has been throughout these last few months. This is the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. You may have caught a glimpse of it before. This is pretty much what I've been using. My crappy little tripod, which actually lost its balance the first time I ever used it, and I lost my some footage, which sucked. And then I just use a random collector tin. I take the lid off it, because if I keep the lid on, it sort of wobbles around and everything. But yeah, that's the crappy little ghetto setup I've been using all this time. And come the 25th of the month, I will not have to use this crappy little setup anymore, because I'll have my own genuine tripod. I actually took a look at the tripod. It stands, I think, about 130 something centimeters tall, which will do. It'll do a good job for me. Like when it's fully extended, of course. I think when it's fully retracted, I think it stands about, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 centimeters tall. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but it should do the trick for me anyways. And that should actually hopefully get me the ability to film some duels, because I've never really wanted to film a duel with this thing. It's so crap, but yeah. Anyways, I'm just going on a tangent about pretty much pointless crap, so I will now bring a end to this video, having it gone for 13 minutes. What will one expect of me next? I've got no idea. I said I was going to do Dino Rabbit and the 6 Samurais. I might still do that. I just been kind of lazy with those two, honestly, but I might as well. I might do Dino Rabbit straight after this. I don't know. Just